Well, it's been rather eventful yesterday and today. So we left Texas and we had a problem with the Triton, and hence why I'm now in the forward drive and Adele's driving the motorhome. It seems we've blown a hose in the turbo. We rang around this morning in Tenterfield, a number of mechanics there trying to see about getting it fixed, but no one could get us in for at least a week and up to 2 weeks. So we made some calls to Stanthorpe, and we've been able to get in at Stanthorpe. So then rang RACQ to look to get towed, but we can't do that. The four-wheel drive seems to be okay to drive, but it's very sluggish, very slow, especially going uphill. But it's a fairly flat drive, so we've only got 17 k's to get to the border at Wollongara, so we can make a decision there whether we ring and get it towed from there. Otherwise I'll just limp it all the way to Stanthorpe to get it done. We had a fair bit of rain from early this morning and throughout this morning. You can see in this footage that the creek right behind us had risen quite a bit as well. So there's a little bit of panic there at the Tenterfield showgrounds, where everyone's looking to make a beeline to get away from that creek if it rises any further. We left Tenterfield yesterday morning with the forward drive and made our way here to Stanthorpe, and we were able to get in and see mechanics here in town. Remember what the name of them is? Favreau. They've been awesome. So they were able to have a look at it pretty much straight away, and yes, it was a turbo hose and leading to the intercooler. So they've ordered one in, and we've just received the phone call here just as we were having lunch. Good news. And it's ready. Yes. Ready to go already. So as I say, Tenterfield, they were looking at 1 to 2 weeks before we could even get in to see them. So great news.
Yeah, excellent.
So we have decided we'll leave Stanthorpe and make our way back towards Tenterfield. We've just run Tenterfield showgrounds. We can't get in there tonight, but we can tomorrow, get in there tomorrow. So we'll make our way down to the border, the Queensland-New South Wales border, down to Wollongara. That's going to be about a half an hour drive south and only about 15 minutes from Tenterfield. So that'll make it easy for us to get there tomorrow morning, and it's a free camp, so we can stop there. All right, good. Yeah, so that's exciting.
Pick up the Triton?
Yep, we'll go and get the Triton and make our way down to Wollongara.
No!
Queenslander, made famous by, of course, Billy Moore in State of Origin, who screamed it at half-time as he came out of the tunnel and then led our state to victory over the Blues once again. Happens all too often, I know. Now, the other thing about Wollongara is it's got a historic railway station over here on our left. We had a fair bit of rain the last couple of days and last night, so I've got a bit of water here. And so famous for the train station, and they've erected this massive big train sign here. Let's go over and have a look, because Adele's climbed up and is waving to us. What are you doing up there? What you doing? Just hanging. Are you the train master? It's true Tenterfield. What's that?
There's something about true?
Yeah, it says Tenterfield True. I'm not sure what it's about though. If we have a look here on the next one though, we've got Tenterfield True, and the sign depicts the drive from Stanthorpe to Sydney. Aha. And we've done that, the New England Highway. It is a great trip. If you're thinking of doing a road trip, that's not a bad one, although that highway, when we did it a couple of years ago, was pretty ordinary. But the towns along the way are fantastic. Well, we'll go and check out the railway station, huh?
Yep.
And once we've done that, find our way around to the free camp. So I think it's over this way over here. But it looks pretty good from what I could tell. Otherwise, we've got the free camp at the rest stop just around the corner, so we've stayed there before as well. So how did the forward drive go, driving from Stanthorpe here to Wollongong?
Yeah, really good.
Big difference?
Yes. No fan noise. It actually had power, and yeah, it's cruising along real smoothly.
Excellent. So we're back on the road.
Yeah, thanks to Fevro Motors.
Wide-eyed, thought-tied, at the end of a bar, there was nothing we could do, 'cause we let it get this far. Well, I bought a drink to buy the time. I was desperate.
We're only about 10 minutes out of Tenterfield, and this is the Tenorfield Creek. And check out this old bridge. It's right on the highway. I don't think that bridge is being used anymore, but it looks a very cool old bridge. But it's in a fair state of disrepair now. On the other side, it looks like there's been another bridge across there at some stage, so I'd imagine that's part of the old highway. And that one's gone, just the footings left. So we've come to Tenterfield, and just on the northern side of Tenterfield is the turnoff, which takes you out to Bald Rock.
Yep.
Now on the way to Bald Rock though, there's a few more things to see. Back in the 1980s, an F-111 crashed in the fields right here behind us, and the pilots actually died. So there's a memorial just in here behind us, which tells us it was the 2nd of April 1987. Well, our next stop on the way out to Bald Rock is heading up here into the mountain behind us and having a look. And this is we're checking out good old Fred Ward.
Yeah, aka Captain Thunderbolt.
Captain Thunderbolt. So he was a bushranger, longest known bushranger in Queensland or Australia. And back in the 1800s, so mid-1800s.
Yeah.
So we're going to go up and check out Captain Thunderbolt's hideouts. So his hideout is only 150 metres in off the highway, so it's a relatively short walk. You can see here lots of rocks and boulders all around. This sure looks like a little hideout. It's a couple of degrees cooler in here.
Yeah, sure is.
Oh, so there's lots of little hidey holes.
much headroom.
Not a lot. You can imagine what it's like for me. So I wonder where he had his lithium setup, probably with an angle fridge freezer over on the side.
Yeah.
His camp oven from BCF.
And how he charged his mobile phone.
Yeah. He would have had some GPS tracking going on for sure. Yeah. So from here at Captain Thunderbolts lookout, I can see the road running just through there. So it's a very short walk, an easy walk to get up to here and have a look around. So Captain Thunderbolt, there's his story. I do love a good bushranger story, so it was good fun to head in and see his lookout. The World War II tank traps are designed in case of enemy invasion. The timber posts force a tank to rise up and expose its soft underbelly. There are tracks heading to more features of the site. And here we are, we're entering the Great Dividing Range. Clarence River catchment, over 22,000 square kilometres. Well, this little drive is just...
Every few kilometres we're finding something else. It's good.
Alright, let's drive another kilometre, see what we see. Well, Del, another thing I'm noticing is on the sides of the roads lots of different flowers as we're driving along. These
little white daisies that are wildflowers.
And what's the story about wildflowers?
Well, when we were in WA, our good friends Kev and Scott, we went wildflower hunting, and Kev was just thrilled with the idea of looking for flowers.
In fairness, it wasn't just me. There was someone else that wasn't that excited either.
Well, Carrie and I were, put it that way. That's what counts.
Well, let's throw Scott in the shit as well. It's not just me. So yes, we were in Western Australia and the girls decided we were going wildflower hunting, and Scott and I had to drive hundreds of kilometres
to see the wreath flowers.
To see these.
Not every day you see the wreath flowers.
Yeah, and it was right at the end of the season, so there wasn't much to see anyway.
But we did get to see them, so that was the main part.
But it has been a running joke ever since, and we are often taking photos of me with flowers and sending them off to Scott and Kez, our great mates from Wagga.
Like just the other day in Toowoomba, yes, with the roses.
And so we've been, I've been pointing out all the flowers along this trip. Do I look protected?
Yeah, just a little bit on your face. Need some around the back of your neck as well.
Well, I got my hair to cover the back of my neck. I don't need it on there.
Ears.
That was the reason why we grew the hair. We spend a lot of time in the sun, so a decision was made after well, my father died of melanoma and Adele had her skin cancer, so
melanoma cut out over a year ago.
We decided to I'd grow my hair long at the back, and that protects the back of my neck. We did that before we went and spent 5 months on Fraser Island. So alright, we're done. Let's go. So it's a walk to the border, which goes through. We've seen the border enough times over the last few days, so don't need to do the almost 10k walk to there. But the campground is just behind us, and we can see over here on the left there's barbecues, there's a drop toilet, there's water which you'd need to boil first, and a few facilities just there. It's the Bull Rock National Park, that's where we're heading. It looks like a big rock here in front of us. Looks rather bold too. And we met some guys at the free camp at Wangara yesterday. They were really nice. Gerhard and Jacqueline. And Jackie was telling us it was smooth rock to try and climb up, so if it was a little bit wet it was very difficult to climb. But she didn't have any grip on her shoes. We've gotten a bit lucky because it was forecast to be raining today and storms, and the weather's holding out for us. It's just patchy, so the track's a pretty easy walk in. Bit of bitumen, and here we are, a few steps and we're at the base. How you going, boss?
Oh, we have to go up there now.
Look at the enthusiasm on her face. Talk about excited. What have you got around your neck? You got a few things going on.
Cooling towel, because I'll definitely need that. And
where's that come from?
Adventure Weights.
Cool.
You can find the link on our website.
Adventure Weights, cool. So they're pretty awesome. What's the idea with those? So you wet them, don't you? And when it's hot, stick it around your neck, and it just keeps you nice and cool.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing you got going on?
A lanyard.
This is pretty cool.
Hold my water bottle. So he's carrying it.
Yeah. Right. So you ready for this? You're excited, aren't you? I can tell.
I didn't think we have to go up the face of the rock.
So Jackie didn't give that away to you yesterday?
She said there was another way around the back. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll do that one.
So we can see embedded into the rock as you go along, there's these little white markers. So it's just a matter of following those, and it gives you the trail to head up the rock. We're only part of the way up, and already, look at these, look at these views. Adele just threw it and I'm buggered, but she's not impressed. But
I thought I could go the long way.
Oh well. But look what we've been missing out on. Adele needs a bit of a rest stop on the way up. It's pretty cool.
I'm done.
Hey.
Done.
It was a tough walk up for you, huh? Behind us is some steps, you can sit on the steps. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick walk around behind us, okay?
take some photos if you want.
Okay.
These little berries are a bit like what free range starling had.
Well, I don't suggest we eat them.
No, not at all.
So just when you think you've reached the top, there's more to go, so need to make it over to the peak of that rock there. Just here on the left, it's called Balancing Rock. You can see these rocks are just sitting here, balancing themselves. Okay, well, this last part of the track I'm doing on my own. Adele is completely wrecked. Check out these rocks here. There. Wow. You'd think one push and they're going, but they've obviously been there a long time. It's amazing, those rocks just sitting there. Well, you might be able to see Adele sitting just over here. She's got a pretty good view, so she's found herself a nice little spot. Right, I'm going to keep going with this walk up the side of Bald Rock and get up to the peak. I'm not too sure. I've got markers here and I've got markers back over here, so not sure which way I'm supposed to go. Let's follow this one. And here we are, looks like I'm at the peak. So this is the other way up. So we're at the back of Bald Rock from where we came up. certainly wouldn't want to be doing this side if it's wet. If you slip here, it's a long drop down. Now to get Adele down to the bottom. Hopefully we can stop off at the cafe in Tenterfield, where I had a magnificent pie last time I was here. It's one of my 2 favourite so far in the country. Here she is.
Yep.
Looking a little bit better, still red in the face, but
yeah, I cooled myself down with the cooling towel.
So what did you do?
I wet the cooling towel so I could wash my face.
Cooled yourself down with it,
yeah.
And it worked well?
Yep.
Awesome. So you're looking forward to the trek down?
It'll be a lot easier than the trek up, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. So which way are you going to go?
I'm not going down the left way.
Alright. So you're going to do the 2k walk?
Yeah. I'll take that line going down.
Okie doke. Sorry?
This looks like basil.
Looks like gravel.
It looks like basil back there.
Oh, basil.
Yeah.
Aha. I'm just behind you. It's certainly beautiful and green here, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
All the ferns, trees and plants.
You can see where all the black stumps, all this is growing out right from the bottom and it's all bushy again.
So once you reach this section, now that we've been up and we know how it works, you'll come to this Y junction, take a left here for the easier walk up.
We should have gone this way.
You should have gone that way. I was happy the way I went. So that way is it's a over 2 kilometre walk, but it's a much easier grade walk up. If you take the bitumen track as we did, you've got a steep cliff face climb up to the top.
I'm so grateful someone left a couple of these sticks along the track. I picked one up on the way up. Wouldn't have been able to do it without it, so pay that forward for the next person.
Next week we walk around the town of Tenterfield, check out Wallangarra Historic Railway Station, we walk around Girraween National Park before ordering the best ever apple crumble and ice cream. Look at the size of this. How am I going to eat all that? Please remember to give us a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you haven't already.